Good afternoon, everybody, and you're welcome to TG Cusick Park for today's senior football semi-final, the first of the two semi-finals between Tyrrellspass and Athlone. Beautiful day here in Cusick Park, sun shining brightly, a breeze blowing from left to right, and today on co-coms and joined by Alan Mangan, and I know Alan licking his wound a little bit after his team St. Malachy's beaten in the semi-final of the championship yesterday. But Alan, we'll just talk about the game here first. Looking forward to an exciting match.
Yeah, two very good evenly teams, littered with inter-county players. It's probably going to come down to which one of those performed the best on the day. But listen, looking forward to a very good competitive game here. Tyrrellspass probably a little bit lucky to get through the quarter-final against Kinnegad, and a very convincing victory for Athlone against Rosemount in the other quarter-final. But listen, two very evenly matched teams here today with very good inter-county players, as I was saying. So we're looking forward to a very close encounter, and great day for it. Bit of wind going from left to right as we look into the pitch, but it's going to be very, very close to call. Yeah,
I think similar to myself. Just I've seen a good bit of Athlone this year. Seen their game in the quarter final against Moat, or against Rosemount down in Moat. I thought they were very impressive, and I've seen Tyrrellspass here on a couple of different occasions, and certainly Tyrrellspass strike me as a team that haven't yet fired on all cylinders, and I think if they do get that right, they're going to be a formidable force. Looking at their forward line, David Lennon is back today, Adam Flanagan at centre forward, Jerry Egan of course in the corner. Thomas Ryan has been excellent throughout the championship, and on the other side Richie Green scored a quality goal in the game against Rosemount, and then you have Ray Connellan, who was outstanding. It's great to see him back in action on the field in Westmeath as well.
Yeah, it's great to see Ray back. He's obviously had a number of years over in Australia playing AFL, but it's great to see him back on the pitch for Athlone and also Westmeath. But as you were saying, it's going to come down to the forward line on both sides is pretty good. Obviously Tyrrellspass, a lot of names jump out at you there. David Glennon back in today for his first start of the year. Jerry Egan obviously will be very hard stopped in corner forward, and then you have Dennis playing out midfield and more or less doing a sweeping role this year, which really suits him down to the ground at the moment. It's a great move by their management, putting him back there, and he's driving out of defence with balls. So listen, it's going to come down to probably which defence can cope best with the other forward line.
Look at Alan, we'll go through the teams in a couple of minutes, but first of all we're going to have a break to hear from some of our local sponsors.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Cusick Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like, baby. You don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
We're back in TG Cusick Park live here now again, and I think we'll just quickly go through the two teams for today's game, starting off with the Tyrrellspass team. In goals for Tyrrellspass today, Darren Quinn were number 1. The full back line, Kieran Corcoran at 2, Jamie Ganood is at 3, and Stephen Quinn is at 4. The half back line, Val Siskas is at 5, Nigel Hart at 6, and Conor Slevin at 7. Middle of the field, we're number 8, David Lynham, and he'll be partnered by Dennis Lennon. Aaron O'Brien's at 10, Adam Flanagan at 11, and Dean McNicholas at 12. And the inside line for Tyrrellspass, Thomas Ryan is at 13, David Lennon, the full forward, at 14, and Jerry Egan at 15. And the Athlone line out. In goals, number 1, Darren Costello. The full back line, James Finlas at 2, Tom Egan 3, and Owen Maher 4. The half back line, Shane Allen's at 5, Damien Kelly at 6, and Michael Byrne at 7. Middle of the field, team captain John Stapleton is partnered by Ray Cannell and we're number 9. Shane Reid is at 10, Noel Mulligan at 11, Conor Rush is at 12. And the inside line today, Richie Green is 13, Danny Reid at 14 is the full forward, and Stephen O'Connor completes the Athlone line up then this evening, or this afternoon. The referee for today's game is Keith O'Brien from the Moat Club, and I think that just before the game we did speak to both managers, Emmett MacDonald from Tyrrellspass and Lee McHale from Athlone. So we'll hear from them now. We're joined here in TG Cusick Park by Emmett MacDonald before today's semi-final. Emmett, I suppose the first thing we should say, you're probably delighted to be here at this stage of the year.
Yeah, look, absolutely strange year by all accounts, and we just took one game at a time since the Lomas game, and we're just glad to be here in the semi-final.
And you had a tough one over your old home club in the last game, but scraped through with a good performance. At the same time, you got over a tough hurdle.
Yeah, look, Kinnegad are a very good team. They were an up-and-coming team, and they got a good win last night against Rosewood. And there's very little between any team at this moment in time.
Yeah, and of course, you used to have a foot in this other camp here today. You'll know the Athlone boys very well from your time spent down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Another good group of lads, very similar to the Tyrrellspass group of lads, and we're very connected as well.
For your own side, everyone fit and available for you today?
Everyone fit today, David Lennon will start the first game we'll be able to start Davy, so everyone's fit.
Good stuff. Look at Emmett, we'll let you back to your team. Thanks very much for joining us here on ERV TV.
Thanks, lads.
We're joined now by Lee McHale, the Athlone manager here in TG Cusick Park before today's semi-final. Liam, I'll say the same thing to you. At the start of the year, your aim was probably at least to be this far, so I'm sure you're delighted to be in here and still in with a chance of winning the championship this year.
I don't know if we expected to get this far. We were hoping to do well in the league, in the intermediate league, and try and get a run in the championship for sure. But we're obviously there was no league this year. We played 2 games. We were concerned about that, as I said to you, but we're delighted to be in this position now. It's a beautiful day. We're in Cusick Park. Pennick is a very good side in Tyrrellspass, and we're just really looking forward to it now. The players have been practiced well again for 2 weeks. It's gone really well, and everybody's looking forward to it.
Yeah, you were impressive in your last outing against Rosewood, so I'm sure you'll be hoping lads will carry the form through for at least one more game.
I thought we played well against Gary Castle, even though we lost to the county champions by 4 points. We played well again against Collery, and we've been progressing steadily all the time, and finding our way and learning how difficult it is to win championship matches, how much energy you have to expend to win, and how much effort you have to put in. And, I expect I don't know nobody knows how the game is going to go, whether we're going to win or lose, but I expect that we'll play a little bit better than we did 2 weeks ago.
And you're everyone fit and available for you today.
Well, we have a couple of injuries. We have a few fellas out. We're down 2 cornerbacks for the last 6 weeks, so it is what it is now. Fellas are carrying knocks. The games are coming every 2 weeks. You have to keep training. You can't give the guys a break now. So we're banged up. I'm sure the lads and the opposition are banged up as well. And when it comes to it now at this stage of the year, you don't be worried about soft tissue injuries or anything like that. You just go out and play and try and win the game. All right,
Liam McHale, we'll let you back to your mentors and your team before the game here today. Thanks very much for joining us on ERV TV.
You're welcome, lads.
Alan, an interesting thing with it, we're just after hearing from both managers there, but an interesting fact is that I think Emmett MacDonald was the manager of the Athlone side, was it last year or certainly very recently anyway, so he'll have a lot of knowledge of the Athlone lads, and certainly, will that be a factor, do you think?
It was 2 years ago actually he was there. Yeah, it'll be a big factor. I think he did a decent enough year with them and then left them, but yeah, he will have a big influence on the way they've been playing over the last number of years now. I wouldn't say Liam McHale is after coming in to playing the same type as he's after. So 2 teams are lining up. Athlone are going to play from left to right as we look out into the pitch here, Ray.
Yeah, it looks so. A couple of positional changes. I see Adam Flanagan wearing number 11 has gone to the centre of the field along with David Lynham, because certainly I wouldn't have expected it's going to be a big ask for one of those lads out there in the middle of the field to pick up Ray Kennellan, because Ray has had a huge influence on, in fact, all of Athlone's games. I think I've actually seen their 3 games this year so far. So.
Yeah, big ask for the 2 lads to try and pick him up. He's very fit and very athletic. I see Dennis gone into centre forward there on Damien Kelly as well, and David's in full forward. Jerry Egan's in the corner.
Yeah, interesting matchups now as we look out on them. And remember, for our viewers here today, Athlone are wearing the yellow jerseys to belong to the Maris College team, and Tyrrellspass in their change strip of maroon with a blue hoop on it. Referee has just left the field here for a couple of seconds. I think he's just gone in maybe to check his watches or whatever, but he's making his way back out. But we're ready for the throw in as soon as he gets back into position. Conditions, Alan, ideal, but there is a strong breeze as we look down here in front of the stand, and wind blowing certainly from left to right, and it's going to favour Athlone in the first half. Yeah, it's probably a 2 or 3 point wind in fairness. I see Aaron O'Brien's gone to wing back, Ray, and Val Siskis has gone to wing forward, so there's another change. Yeah, we can see Noel Mulligan gone over on the far wing, so I think at this stage, Alan, it's pretty much well known that numbers mean nothing at the start of the game, but the ball is thrown up and broken down, and Adam Flanagan is the man for Tyrrellspass, and drops into his hand, and he picks out a lovely ball in front of David Lennon. I think it's Thomas Ryan taking on his man there, goes to ground, the ball is on the ground, referee having a look, there's a lot of bodies in around it, but the men in the yellow jerseys are the men that turn it over, and they're coming back up the field with it. Noel Mulligan drifting back very deep. He's wearing number 11, but as I said, he started on the wing, and he has support over there from Shane Allen. Shane holding on to possession. Good work there from the Athlone team, and John Stapleton, team captain, has it, and Ray Kennellan standing in the middle, standing in the pocket, controlling everything. Gives the pass back again, holding possession, and Damien Kelly invited to carry the ball into the Tyrrellspass half. Bit of a hospital pass there, but John Stapleton is big enough to get up to it and knocks it back to Damien. Nice ball into the inside line there, where the full forward is Danny Reid out in front of his man. Danny has possession, holding the ball, coming away from his goals, back towards his own goals again, just holding that possession. Athlone, remember, are playing with the breeze in the first half, and Damien Kelly just gives it over here to the left half back. That's Michael Byrne. Michael fisted on here to Owen Maher. Remember, Owen Maher is supposed to be a corner back. Good play there by the Athlone men. Richie Green. Richie, nice little pop ball onto Conor Rush. Conor back out here as far as Michael Byrne, but Tyrrellspass sitting deep, just forcing Athlone to go sideways, and the full back is Tom Egan. He's a long way from the full back line as well, and as we look back, there's no player except the Athlone goalkeeper inside the 45 metre line on our left, but we'll watch the play as Owen Maher has it now. Owen comes to the Tyrrellspass 45, tries to inject a little bit of pace on it, and Conor Rush is on the ball. Conor comes forward, and with the left foot, with the outside of the right foot there, a beautiful score, and a very patient play there from Athlone. Yeah, very patient there, really worked the ball, waited till they got a man into space, and a great shot there, and a great score by Conor Rush. Yeah, we kick out again now for Darren Quinn in goals for Tyrrellspass with the right foot, gets it out well into the wind, but manages only to give it to John Stapleton from Athlone out in the centre, who gets the mark and then gives the ball quickly off to Ray Kennellan. Ray, all the time in the world to have a look, feeds the ball inside, it's a beautiful ball inside, straight into the chest of Danny Reid, the full forward. Danny managed to squeeze it over the bar, and he was very close to Darren Quinn when he got the ball. Yeah, he probably should have put it into the roof of the net, but Darren came out and maybe forced him to go higher with the kick than what he wanted to. But I think he probably should have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier. He nearly walked it into the goal line to kick it over the bar. But anyway, great start for Athlone, 2 very good scores there, and straight away they seem to be struggling with their kick out Tyrrellspass, which is not normally a factor for them. Yeah, and a worrying sign there, the long ball there just caused problems there going into the inside line for Athlone, but from the kick out, Athlone turned the possession over again, and they have it, and they're being very patient here now. Little fisted pass into Richie Green. Richie dummy to give the ball to the runner going inside, and then sprays it over to the far side where Shane Allen is in a lot of space. Shane onto the Tyrrellspass 45 metre line, gives the ball inside. Opportunity here, the shot coming in there from Shane Reid, but Shane, he threw the dummy, got a couple of yards in space, but snatched the shot, and unfortunately for him, just dragged it to the left of the uprights. And we're 3.5 minutes into the opening half, and 2 points for Athlone. Tyrrellspass yet to register, playing against the breeze. I think in the last 2 plays, the patience was key for Athlone, and I think
Daniel took was it Daniel Reid or was it Shane Reid that took a little bit of a swing at that. He probably should have been a bit more relaxed on the ball.
Tyrrellspass this time win their own kick out, and Nigel Hart has the ball. He's driving forward, trying to get it inside, but he has a little bit of support there from Adam Flanagan. Adam gives it inside here where Baltiskas runs into a yellow wall there. The ball knocked out of his hands and he tried to get it back to a teammate, but John Stapleton gets a long arm out and he's on the ball again, and he has to look up, treads a lovely ball inside there.
Good call by the referee there, Ray.
Referee, absolutely, Alan, right on top of it.
Pulling and dragging over him before the ball was kicked in.
Yeah, it's a worrying sign, Alan, I think, in the very early stage of it, that Athlone forwards are out in front of their men and seem to be winning a lot of the battles so far. Richie Green now is out to take this free, and again with the breeze on his back, it's certainly a scoreable opportunity.
Yeah, tough enough free though, first one of the day.
Richie kicks it high and everybody looks at it as it goes over the middle of Darren Quinn's crossbar, and Athlone, after almost 5 minutes of the open half, 3 points. Tyrrellspass yet to register. Darren Quinn coming forward, ready on the 20 metre line with the kick out, and again he's not in any hurry because there is a strong breeze into his back, and right footed he fires it out over the far side, and John Stapleton goes up. It's broken down, and it's the Athlone men that again are on the break, seem to be the hungrier team, and they're driving forward again. Danny Reid, the full forward, has a runner going off the left shoulder, couldn't get it out to him, but manages to get it inside to Noel Mulligan. Noel chips it in, he's looking at it anxiously, the umpire's looking up as well, but he signals that it's between the uprights, and 4 points in these very early stages for Athlone. Tyrrellspass yet to get off the mark. Mentors coming in with instructions, because Tyrrellspass are certainly struggling on it with their own kickouts.
Yeah, and it's something that Tyrrellspass haven't struggled with over the last number of years. I think the biggest key to Tyrrellspass over the last number of years has been Darren's kick out, but obviously Athlone have done a lot of work on it this year, and they really have Darren under pressure in there at the minute. But obviously a goalie's only as good as the runs that are being made, and unfortunately for him, the runs aren't quite as good as they should be at the moment.
Yeah, and there's two very strong players in the middle of the field for Athlone. John Stapleton, I noticed that Darren is trying to keep the ball away from Ray Canella, which is natural enough, but John Stapleton on the other side has been getting his hands on balls that are played his side of the field. So Tyrrellspass midfield right now need to step up and see, will he change things from same side of the field. He's going over the far side of the field into a bit of space there, and the referee just signaled that there was a push on the back there on the Athlone, and there's that ball drifted over their head, and the free is called, and the free is going to be right out in the middle of the field. The umpire or the linesman over on the far side just saying a signal just outside the 65 metre line, and it's free for Athlone, and they're content to play it back, to hold on to possession and start to build with it again. Noel Mulligan is the man that's on the ball now. Noel right out in the centre of the field, just has a look, holds the possession, through the hands it goes here. Michael Byrne has it. Michael gives it across there to Owen Maher, and it's gone all the way to the far side where Tom Egan is in a lot of space now as he's coming forward with nice ball inside to John Stapleton. John, one arm on the ball, has a look at it. Great block down there by the Tyrrellspass man, but the ball only breaks as far as Stephen O'Connor on the run. One look at the post and fired it over the bar. Certainly it's worrying times on in these early stages for Tyrrellspass.
Yeah, Tyrrellspass under a lot of pressure. A super block there from Conor Slevin, in fairness to him, but unfortunately for him it just broke off to Athlone man, and another good score for Athlone. Tyrrellspass are under immense pressure here at the moment.
Yeah, the kick out again from Darren Quinn, going across the far side of the field. This time the ball is grabbed by Dean McNicholas over there, and the foul committed, and a free for Tyrrellspass. I think actually the mark that was called, and it not allowed to take it, and the free is taken for Tyrrellspass. Move back this time to Conor Slevin. Conor steps into the Athlone half of the field and just turns around and gives it back, and through the hands it goes, and Dean McNicholas is the man on. Dean back as far as Adam Flanagan. Adam off to Aaron O'Brien. Aaron going sideways across the field, gives it off to Nigel Hart. Nigel sees a little bit of space in front of him, tackled there by Ray Cannell, and Ray's not happy because
to be honest, it's probably one the Tyrrellspass needed, but they were very lucky to get that. I thought it was a decent tackle from Ray, and it seems to be he's getting a bit of a ticking off the ref here now as well, so maybe he said something back, but I thought it was very lucky free to be able to get for Tyrrellspass. But anyway, they'll take it, and anything at this stage will do them at the moment, Yeah,
an opportunity now for Jerry Egan to get Tyrrellspass on the scoreboard. Just over 8.5 minutes gone in this open half. Ger with the right foot just draws it in nicely and absolutely over the middle of Darren Costler's crossbar. And that's the open score for Tyrrellspass coming from their team captain Jerry Egan. Nice score there for Jerry. Yeah, I think Reckon Ellen felt he was hard done by there, Alan. To me, it seemed like a good hand in to dispossess the player, but you know, when he went to the ground, it probably was easy for the referee to give the free. But kick out is taken quickly, and Darren Costello is the man that has the ball again, and back now to Ray Cannell. And Ray lifts the head and with the left foot drives a beautiful ball in front of Danny Reid, the full forward. Danny comes out, has a couple of Tyrrellspass men around him, gives the ball off to Noel Mulligan. Noel just forced away, couldn't get the shot away, but suddenly ends up in a little bit of space looking for the runner to come off. The runner is John Stapleton. John gives a lovely ball inside, and an opportunity here for the Athlone man there. That shot came in from Conor Rush, and Conor had maybe too much time there, Alan, but certainly that was an opportunity.
Yeah, I think he should have laid it off to Stephen O'Connor. Was gone inside him and it would have been an easy score for him to take, but anyway he turned outside onto his right foot and kicked it wide. A big opportunity there for Athlone to go another point clear.
Yeah, this time Darren Quinn going short with the kick out, giving it out to his cornerback there, Kieran Corcoran. The ball cleared down the far side of the field, very close to the line, but again, good tackling back in there by the Athlone men, and the fullback Tom Egan is over there, and Tom has the support there, and it's Shane Allen on the ball coming forward. Has the ball, gives it on then. Again, Athlone men doing well, holding possession. John Stapleton has it. John has been closed down and tackled, but again holds the possession. But Athlone have the spare men down this side of the field. Michael Byrne. Michael gives it into the Ray Cannellan. The quarterback of this team is pulling all the strings in the early stages for Athlone around the centre. Ball goes back across, and Noel Mulligan is making himself available again, heading towards the Athlone 45 metre line. Noel looks up, drives in a lovely ball, looking for the full forward Danny Reid. Danny didn't know where the ball was for a second, but manages to get it up, has a couple of players around him, and the shot comes in there again from, that was Stephen O'Connor that time, and two wides in quick succession for Athlone there, Alan. And you know, Tyrrellspass backs maybe getting a little bit tighter, just settling down that little bit.
Yeah, in fairness, Kieran Corcoran needs to get tired to Danny Reid. He's winning a load of ball there out in front of him, and he laid off the last two possessions there, but unfortunately they couldn't take advantage of the possession.
I see Dennis Lennon back in as a sweeper in the Tyrrellspass back line, and he takes that short kick out, and eventually Conor Slevin was fouled, and Tyrrellspass have moved the free up along. They're over on the far side of the field there and holding the possession there. David Lennon again tackled hard. The referee said he was fouled. Foul there on the Tyrrellspass man just outside the 45 metre line. Tyrrellspass man, is it Jamie Ganu that's on the ground out there?
Jamie Ganu on the ground, yeah. I just think that maybe this is something that Tyrrellspass need to just calm down for a few minutes and maybe take a breath and get themselves set again. They've been on the back foot since the start. Like, in fairness to Athlone, should be nearly another 2 or 3 points clear at the moment, but it's just something to need. It's a big distance out though, this free. I can't unless he's going to swing it with the outside of the right. I can't see him going for it.
Yeah, Jerry Egan is just waiting for somebody to make a run from him, and he decides to go short and takes the return pass here, and Nigel Hart is on the burst through, and Nigel with a little bit of space on the left foot curls it in, but the umpire signals that that one is outside the upright there when it curled around. Opportunity there for Nigel Hart, but Tyrrellspass worked that one short on, a little bit more encouraging for them now at this stage.
Yeah, they seem to be giving up though the kick out here, and maybe it's a bit of a plan of theirs when they're playing against the wind, but it's the goalie seems to be Darren Costello seems to be able to come out and get his kick off fairly easily compared to the far end. Darren Quinn is not getting his off quite as easily at all. Yeah,
Athlone with possession can be hard to get the ball back off them, and especially in the modern day football, Alan. You know, the teams don't give the possession away, like, and you know, okay, you can shift back all the way, but still, you know, it's a difficult tactic. You know, it's sometimes hard to understand it. But Stephen O'Connor has the ball here, and he shrugs off Stephen Quinn now, and he's gone in towards the 45 metre line looking for the runners, and then just decide, let's go route one, high ball in, but unfortunately Danny Reid couldn't keep that one in play. He was under pressure there as that ball dropped, and you know,
just a little bit too much in that ball in there, Ray, from Stephen O'Connor there, just a little bit out of the reach of Danny Reid. But we can see it's route one for Athlone here now at the minute. They're trying to pump every ball in on top of Danny Reid.
Certainly so. Danny is a big man in there at full forward, and he's winning a lot of possession. Ball kicked out here, hands go up, it's on the ground, touched on the ground. certainly touched once, if not twice, there by David Lynham, and the referee, and certainly if he didn't see it, the Athlone bench were going to make sure he knew about it. But the free is awarded, in fairness to Keith O'Brien, and the free is taken, and Ray Cannella has the ball in his hand. He has Damien Kelly there beside him, but doesn't use him. Then just looks for the cornerback there to come on to that play. That's James Finless, and James gives the ball over the far side, and Ray Cannell is sitting back there and has loads of time and loads of space, and he gives it over here now to Shane Allen. Athlone building again, little bit of room in front of Shane. If he can get by his man, goes central with it, holds the possession, turns around, gives it back 35 yards to a teammate, who gives it then on to Ray Cannell, and Ray is on the Tyrrellspass 65 metre line, steps inside the tackle and comes forward, and with the left foot, it's a fabulous kick. The two umpires look at that. A fabulous score from Ray Cannell and Alan Mangan. And not only was it over the crossbar, he probably had 30 yards more to spare. That kick came in from almost 45 metres.
He kicked it from about 55 metres or 58 metres anyway, and it definitely hit the back of the net. Super score from Ray Cannell, and absolutely outstanding.
Yes, it's the tactic, I suppose, to get the possession over the back line that sit deep, and certainly from the kick out, Athlone come again. John Stapleton. John has a look, comes central, runs into a couple of men, has a little bit of support there, and gives the ball back to the wing forward. That's Shane Reid. Shane juggles the ball for a little bit and then gives it over to the far side. Tom Egan, the full back, is coming up. Thought he fancied himself there for a few minutes, but gives it off there now to Danny Reid. Danny does very well, holds the possession. Athlone very patient, again going through the hands. The whole half back line is going to handle the ball in this play. Michael Byrne is the last of them three to hold on to it, but he's going with it, throws a little dummy and gets himself a little bit of space and backs himself down, but good blocking down again by the Tyrrellspass man, and the ball is inside, and Val Siskas is back inside there. Val did very well, got on that ball that was half broken down, and Dennis Glenn is onto it, and Dennis gets a strong hit there as he was trying to break free, and he gets the free and he just slows it down and lifts his head and fires it across into space there where Jamie Ganood is making his way over to it. Jamie coming forward, beats his man, he's heading towards his own 65 metre line. Right in the middle of the field, he turns around and gives it back as far as Adam Flanagan. Adam just holding the ball, inviting Dennis to come in and join the play. Dennis gives a nice little fisted pass in over the top. David Lynham has it, gives the ball off again. Jerry Egan out a long way from the goals, had his jersey tugged there as he miscontrolled the kick, but I think Jerry knew that the free was coming there. The referee had his hand in the air and he went a free and a chance for Tyrrellspass now to get the scoreboard going again. 6 points to 1 they trail. This is going to be a free for Jared, probably 40 metres out from the Athlone goals, and it looks like he's going to fancy himself to go for this one, Alan.
Yeah, it's a slow build up by Tyrrellspass though. They're slow coming out of defence, and they get to midfield, they're going forward 10 yards and back 5. They're just waiting for the likes of Dennis and Jerdy on the ball to try and break that line.
Jerry Egan curls this one in and judges it absolutely perfectly. It's a lovely score, great score there from Jerry Egan. You know, Alan, it's never a bad time to get a score, but that certainly was a score that Tyrrellspass needed. Yeah,
they really need it. But listen, I'd say Lee McHale is going to say to them, don't foul anywhere inside the 45, because this man is as good a free taker as there is around, and he's going to nail the majority of them. You know, so it's them two frees that have kept Tyrrellspass sort of in it in this first half anyway.
Yeah, we're at the first water break, the first quarter, and certainly, you know, we've talked about this at various stages, Alan, throughout our coverage of the games, and you know the water break can affect teams in different ways, but certainly that score there for Tyrrellspass coming at the right time. And I think, you know, the Athlone mentors will be glad just to, you know, have a little word with their team down here and just get them reset again but certainly they'll be the happier of the two teams in the opening quarter.
Oh, absolutely. And in fairness, they're using the wind well. They have Danny Reid sitting in on the square, and they're pumping a good bit of high ball into him, and he's well able to win it and laying off scores. They probably should have another couple of points on the board, but at the same time, it's only a 3 or 4 point wind, and the way football has been played now with possession is key, and I think that Tyrrellspass are giving it up a little bit more cheaply than Athlone are.
Absolutely so, but as we said, the early stages in this semi-final, still both sides properly settled down yet, but we've seen Lee McHale out there just having final word there with John Stapleton there as his side goes back out into position. The ball, remember, will be on Darren Costello's 20 metre line. He's going to kick it out again to get the game restored, but certainly, you know, that's that point from Jerry Egan, 2 points he's got from 2 frees. Just keep them there in touch. You know, there's only 4 points between the sides, and you know, lots still to play for Alan.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tyrrellspass can get another point or two closer before half time. They'll probably go in happy at half time, but the next 13 minutes might tell a tale in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. And Darren Costello, he's getting out to the 20-metre line. We'll see again. Are the Tyrrellspass men still prepared to give up the kick out cheaply? And yes, they are, because Athlone have worked as well, and Tom Egan is the spare man over here in lots of space here, and he comes forward and gives it into Ray Connellan, and Ray in a little bit of space there comes forward, uses John Stapleton to take the return pass, and then lifts his head and fires a long ball in, good ball in front of the full forward. He wins it in front of his man, and that full forward is Danny Reid, and Danny Reid is on fire. He's got one point, Alan, beautiful one there, and and he could have had a goal maybe for the first point he got, but very simple play. Two midfielders combined, and then Ray Connellan lifts the head and fires into the full forward and turns and sticks the ball over the bar.
Yeah, I find it very strange here now that Tyrrellspass have to move Jamie Ganood in onto the full forward, because at the minute Kieran is having a tough time on him, and Jamie seems to be very anonymous in there on Richie Green. There's not too much ball going in on top of either of them.
Kick out there by Darren Quinn is over on the far side of the field, and the foul committed there on the number 10 Shane Reid there for the Athlone men, but Athlone have it taken quickly, and Tom Egan is driving forward, gives the ball inside in towards Richie Green, but again a little bit too high for Richie, put a little bit of pressure on him, but Athlone men trying to swamp on the Tyrrellspass backs, hitting hard there, but the foul committed there, and the free taken quickly by Jamie Ganood, and a chance for Tyrrellspass. The ball is driven down to Jerry Egan, a little bit of space. Jer runs into a hefty tackle there, and the foul committed there by James Findlas there, and
it's a harsh free that now, Ray, to be honest. It's all he did was stand him up, and Gerard went over, and it's one of the old tales where a county player will get a free an awful lot easier than the club player.
Well, I'm hanging, you can't be saying the referees do that, but be it what it is, Jerry Egan gets the foul there, because there was an opportunity for Gerard there. If he had got that ball, he was gone inside. There was lots of space for him, but the referee is the man in charge, and he awards the free, and Gerard with the right foot curling. It's a dangerous ball dropping in, but Ray Connellan very alert there, got off the ground well there and got a fist on it and broke the ball away there as it dropped into the square, and Athlone turning defence into attack again here very quickly, coming down the field. It's the wing half forward there, Conor Rush. Conor did very well there to hold the ball, gives it inside. James Findlas is allowing it. James trying to spin off a couple of men, has the support there, but the man that was in support there was Conor Rush. Conor ended up running into a maroon and blue wall there, and the ball, he bounced off a couple of players there, and out over the line he goes, and the line ball for Tyrrellspass is taken by Adam Flanagan, and Adam gives it back quickly to Dean McNicholas, and Dean on to Dennis Glennon, and Dennis, a little bit of room for Dennis there to get the ball away, and he gets it to Conor Slevin, and Conor coming forward. Very close to the line here, tackling coming in, gives the ball back. Adam Flanagan bursting onto it there, but Ray Connellan gets the hands on it. But again, good work by these Athlone backs there, and they're getting hands in and tackling very hardly there. But Tyrrellspass retained the possession. David Lynham gives the ball over to Thomas Ryan. Thomas treads one into David Glennon, takes the return pass in a little bit of space. Tyrrellspass working it nicely forward. Aaron O'Brien very close to the end line, keeps it in play, recycles it back out again. An opportunity here for David Glennon. David trying to duck under a couple of tackles, has Jerry Egan for support. Jerry comes back out, holds the ball. Tyrrellspass in a good position here now, trying to come forward. Jamie Ganood trying to get a look at the goals, goes into a little bit of space and has a chance to take the score, takes the shot, and the two umpires look at each other and signal there, and I think Alan Mangan, that's what looked like the shot of a full back.
Yeah, but normally, in fairness, he's good for an odd score here and there, but the thing I found here now is that he broke forward, and not one forward from Tyrrellspass came out in the loop, and normally Tyrrellspass are very, very good at getting to the man in possession on the loop and popping easy balls over the bar, rather than a lad that's after running 50-60 yards trying to shoot himself. Yeah,
Jamie Ganood there is a quality player, we know that there, but at that time just couldn't get the ball on target. The ball is kicked out and dropped straight into the hands of Dennis Glennon, and suddenly Tyrrellspass are getting a little bit more possession. Jerry Egan is on the ball here now and has a runner, Nigel Hart, and Nigel will burst into the space, and Dummies to give the pass inside there, but doesn't go to hand there, and good work there by the Athlone backs there. Now Owen Maher and Michael Byrne combined there, they get the possession back, and ball is cleared back across the front of their own goals, but there's a man in loads of space there, and that man is Damien Kelly, and Damien gives it on quickly to Conor Rush. Conor has the ball, gives the return pass, and ball is fisted forward there. Good work there by Damien Kelly. The ball is down the line. Conor Slevin Bought that free there very quickly, very cutely, did very well, knew the push was coming and went to ground and gets the free for his side. Tyrrellspass back in possession again, and David Lynham carrying the ball forward, hands it off then to Ger Egan. Ger is right out in the centre of the field, takes the return pass from David Lynham, and they're on the move again. David Lennon back to David Lynham, shovel the ball inside, and an opportunity of a score comes here, and the shot comes in. I think that's Val Siskett, the number 5 there that came forward there. Lovely score, Alan. Great play there, right from Conor Slevin's free there, right up the field through the hands, and a great score for Tyrrellspass into the wind.
That's the first time the Tyrrellspass injected a bit of pace into the attack. They moved the ball very quickly through the hands. Lads were coming off, runners were coming on the loop, and it's the very first time that they added a bit of pace to their play, and it resulted in a score. They need more of that now over the next few minutes. 7
points for Athlone, 3 points for Tyrrellspass. Kick out again, conceded by the Tyrrellspass men, because Athlone goes short and they have the possession, and the ball is over there on the far side of the field there. Tom Egan, the man coming forward in a lot of space there, lifts the head and fires a lovely little ball in front of Richie Green, and Richie dummies Kieran Corcoran a little bit there, uses his body, but Dennis Lennon is over to close it down. Is very close to the corner flag over there on the far side, but great heads up there from Richie Green. Gives the ball back 40 metres to a teammate, and eventually Michael Byrne has it. Michael gives the ball inside where Owen Maher's in a lot of space. Owen heading across the 45, back to Richie Green, a high tackle. Referee has his hand in the air, and again Richie Green quite prepared not to take the advantage there, holds his hand up, and the referee does call the play to a halt, and a chance for Richie Green. Richie's got one free. This one is going to be about 42 metres maybe out from the Tyrrellspass goal, but remember the strong breeze is behind him, but he's blown more across towards the scoreboard side, but Richie will back himself here and fires it in with the right foot, but this time just didn't get the curl on it there, and the ball is out over the end line, and the umpire signals wide there. An opportunity missed there. That was an opportunity, and certainly you'd expect Richie Green to convert that one. Yeah, you'd expect your free taker, especially with a wind like that, to convert that one. Alright, kick out from Darren Quinn, comes out this side of the field. Ray Connellan misjudged that one, just went off his hand, and David Lynham was finding himself in a bit of space, and he's coming forward, gives it off to Conor Slevin. Conor shrugs off a tackle from Damien Kelly, and then pulled to the ground there, and Damien is pleading his innocence, and I think that was well worked there by Conor Slevin there, and little bit of afters there by the Athlone backs. They're not allowing Tyrrellspass to take the free, and suddenly the ball has been brought forward now, and it's now in a very score position for Ger Egan. Ger has got 2 points already for his side, and certainly this one now certainly within his range, Alan. Yeah, that's a killer for any management team, where a player doesn't step away and then the free is brought forward. Like, it was nearly an impossible free from where it was, but it's a very, very kickable free for someone of Ger Egan's calibre now. Yeah, the referee Keith O'Brien brought the ball forward a long way, but it certainly, as Alan says, certainly within Ger Egan's range here now, as his side trails 7 points to 3, and chance here now just to narrow the gap that little bit now, and Ger absolutely no bother to him, curls it over the middle of the crossbar there, and Ger with 3 points now, just keeping his side very much in touch now. 3 points between the sides, Alan, with that wind on the, in Athlone's backs, and certainly it's all to play for still as we head almost into the last 5 minutes of this opening half. Yeah, Athlone have really completely, for the last 7 or 8 minutes, haven't kicked one ball into the full forward line, and it's something that they have been, doing for the first 15 minutes constantly, and then now they've just gone to the situation where they're just playing around and not being direct. They need to be more direct, especially with this wind. Yeah, absolutely. And from the kick out there, Athlone do get it, and the ball is through the hands there, and eventually Noel Mulligan is the centre half forward. He has the ball, but he's forced across the field then, has support over there, and good play there by the full back there, Tom Egan. Tom does very well. He has the opportunity of playing the advantage. Referee's hand in the air, but I think Athlone are not going to take it. They're going to go through the hands. Ray Connellan is the man that has it, and Ray has Michael Byrne coming on, and over the top to John Stapleton, and John comes forward there. Looks like he was fouled as well. The referee doesn't say so, and Athlone give the ball back to Ray Connellan. Ray backs himself there with the left foot, was being forced. There was a block coming in, and the ball kicked in high and aimlessly there, and just broken off Danny Reid's hands there, but Tyrrellspass have 3 backs in there, and they managed to come forward with it, and Ball is over with Aaron O'Brien over on the far side of the field as he comes forward, comes central a little bit, gives it inside to Ger Egan, still back inside their own 65 metre line as Ger comes forward with it. Ger looking up, has the spare man over this side, doesn't use him, gives it back to David Lynham, to Adam Flanagan, and back to Ger Egan again, and Aaron O'Brien is the latest man to get on the ball for Tyrrellspass. He just spins around, gives it back to Ger Egan, and Ger with the outside of the right foot sticks it over into the arms of Thomas Ryan, and Thomas heads across the Athlone 45, and David Lennon comes out and takes the ball from him and spins away from his man and heads in towards the corner, comes back inside again, inviting Dean McNichols onto it. He bursts through it into a little bit of space, and with the left foot he curls it in, but again the opportunity not taken. But again, Alan, no option for Dean McNichols that time to go for the score. There was nobody else inside him.
No, you had to give it an effort. In fairness, it wasn't too far wide, but what we're on about here is all about getting runners coming off the ball, and that's not what Tyrrellspass nor Athlone have been doing for the last few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely no ball in there for the goalkeeper Darren Costello, and certainly Tyrrellspass won't be anxious to give it to him, but the ball coming from the Athlone side of the pitch here now, and being kicked in here now, that ball out over the Dunstore's end here in Cusick Park here, but the goalkeeper Darren Costello, he's back now and on the 20 metre line, ready with the kick out. Again, Athlone holding a man inside, don't go short this time, but fires over the far side again, but a great kick out from the goalkeeper straight into the hands of the fullback Tom Egan, right over there on the sideline. Tom using James Finlas, and Tom takes the return pass and gives a nice little ball forward here. There's an opportunity here for Athlone in a little bit of space. Here's Richie Green. Richie heading towards the corner, drops the shoulder, comes back outside his man, has a look at the post, backs himself, takes the shot, but didn't get the curl on that one that was required. And Alan, I know that you played here yesterday with a win something similar to what's out there, and it is a tricky one scoring into that because it's kind of blown across the goals as much as anything else.
Yeah, it's a tricky win. The right foot, it's suiting the right foot player playing into the right hand goals here, but unfortunately, like, you kick it and you think the wind's going to bring it back in, and then it doesn't. So it is a tricky win, in fairness.
The ball is kicked out short, put Conor Slevin in a lot of pressure, but Conor did very well, and Tyrrellspass do even better to hold the possession, and eventually the foul is committed, I'd say, on probably the third or fourth different attempt. The referee blows the whistle and the free is awarded. Conor Slevin there got put into a lot of hardship there and did well for his side there, but he takes the free, and Tyrrellspass are driving up the field again here now. Nigel Hart coming inside, that looked like his arm was being pulled. Yes, the referee agreed. The referee signals that Tyrrellspass man there driving forward, Nigel Hart I think it was having his arm pulled back, and the referee's arm up in the air, and an opportunity now for Ger Egan. This ball goes over the bar, Alan, as we head in towards additional time. There's only going to be 2 points between the sides, and certainly since the water break it has affected the Athlone men. Their momentum seems to have been broken, and Tyrrellspass have come certainly a lot more into the game.
Yeah, I'd say the Athlone management now, it's indiscipline that has cost Tyrrellspass, or it cost Athlone for the last few minutes. Like, I think this is going to be 5 points. There's only 1 from play and 4 frees. Like, it's really cheap frees that they're giving away, and it's keeping Tyrrellspass in the game.
Yeah, well, this one is not yet on the scoreboard, but we certainly would expect a man of Ger Egan's calibre to pop this one over the bars, just on the D, just outside the 20 metre line, as he comes forward with it, and he makes no mistake with it. Umpire signals across to his partner on the far side, and that is over the bar. A lovely score there for Tyrrellspass, and Ger Egan 4 points, 4 frees for the team captain, but it's just keeping his side right within touch there now, as we are 1.5 minutes over the additional time. But the referee, with the water break and whatever injuries we have, all eyes will be on him. He's looking at the watch out there as Athlone break down the far side of the field. Maybe get a chance to get one more chance of a score. John Stapleton has the ball over there. John gives the ball over the far side, and he's gone on into a lot of space there. Noel Mulligan is the man who takes the ball, gives the ball across here to the centre where Shane Allen is on it, and in fact that's the last action of the half here in this first one of the Tullamore, or the first of these Westmeath senior football semi-finals, and 2 points between the sides, Alan. 7 for Athlone, 5 for Tyrrellspass, and certainly the second quarter it'll be the Tyrrellspass man will be a lot happier with it.
Absolutely, we said there earlier on that if they went in a couple of points down, they'd be happy at that stage. That's exactly what they're after doing. They've gone in 7-5 down. Obviously, Emma McDonald and his management team would be an awful lot happier at the moment than Liam McHale and his. But listen, it's all to play for. Maybe the way that Athlone play, it might suit them maybe to play against the wind slightly. I'm not too sure, but they were they were reaping the benefit of letting in long high ball into Danny Reid, and since the water break they've only done it once. They got a point out and haven't done it since. There'll be question marks as to why they didn't continue with that system of play.
Well, look at Alan, we'll have a look at some of the highlights of the half after we have a word from our local sponsors.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Cusick Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams will make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
He's going to highlights. We're going to have a look at some of the highlights of that half, Alan, but certainly for Tyrrellspass, 5 points on the board for them from frees, and the 1 point there from the wing back here. But we'll just have a look at some of the highlights here from Athlone. That time is Conor Rush, the man that was coming in. The ball is eventually fired over the bar, and you can see, like, when you get the ball on the wind, it certainly is a factor.
Absolutely. And is this the score from? No, there's a ball into Danny Reid, and well won. He sort of maybe pulled the trigger there, but brought in a little bit too close, and probably took the right option, kicking home the bar at that stage.
Yeah, look, Darren Quinn was right there in front of him. There was very little he could do, and he did well actually to get it over the bar, that it didn't hit off the keeper and come back out there. Again, Athlone in the early stages were very accurate. Everything they were giving the ball in early, they were getting in front of their men, they were getting some good scores. The two midfielders dominant, John Stapleton and Ray Connellan.
Yeah, but the thing about it is they were getting their shooters on the ball. They worked the ball in and got the right men on the ball to shoot at any one time. And unfortunately, then for the last 13 minutes, they didn't do that. Here's a score from Ray Connellan, like outside the right from about 55 metres out. And as you were saying in the commentary there, it hit the top of the net, like it had another 20-30 yards to spare.
It was a fabulous kick from the midfielder. But certainly, that long ball was working well, and Danny Reid was certainly showing him. So that was his second score there from the big full forward. But Tyrrellspass have got the grips on them. Dennis Lennon is back as a sweeper, and have tightened that gap there, or tightened up the whole thing there, and not as much room for them anymore. That was Val Siska's point there, the only point Tyrrellspass have got from play. But certainly Tyrrellspass will be happy going into only 2 points down. Emmett MacDonald certainly would see will he change and go longer with the ball again with the wind in the second half. Like you say, Alan, as well, a lot of teams nowadays are quite comfortable in possession. They're quite comfortable holding that ball, taking their time, going over and back across the field. And the way the game is that there's a lot of space inside there, and Tyrrellspass in that first half had room inside. We see a couple of people over sitting in the sun on the hill over on the far side of the field there, but
family members, right?
We can complain all we like, Alan, but it's terrible because there's a great day's action here, and it's a pity that we haven't got a couple of thousand people in to watch it. But that is what it is, and we see the other rules and regulations coming in with the water break, and the water break I honestly think has affected a lot of the games, and it's breaking momentum for some teams and whatever. And I thought definitely Athlone suffered this time with the water break.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does affect teams in different ways. But unfortunately, Ray, that's the way the GAA has gone, and every team has to function their play into knowing that you're going to be stopping for a minute or two. So we can't really complain when it's the same for every side. So, but unfortunately for Athlone, it really took took the momentum out of their play. But they'd have to say that Athlone really played like the way football of old was played for 10 or 15 minutes there, and really took Tyrrellspass apart, where they were moving the ball quick with the feet straight inside into the full forward line. They were getting scores off it, whereas for the last 12 or 13 minutes they went back to real slow hand passing out the field and tipping about over and back, and it really didn't suit them, and it kept Tyrrellspass enough time to get numbers back and really shut them out. And Tyrrellspass now would obviously be the happier of the two, but they have to kick on. They're still 2 points down here. As I was saying, it's probably a 2 or 3 point win, but at the same time you have to take advantage of that on the scoreboard. And listen, I don't think anyone in the other semi-final will be fearful of either team at the moment, but at the same time semi-finals are for winning, and at the moment you'll probably say slight favours are going to be Tyrrellspass, but Athlone won't hand this up too easily to them.
Yeah, one of the factors I felt from the game last night, Alan, with your own game against Tang, that both teams actually played better playing against the wind. So that's something, you just can't allow for, that the wind is going to do the work for you. You can't just get the ball, kick it up in the air and it's going to go over the bar. You still have to play with heads up stuff, and you have to be concentrating on what you're doing as well. And it's not just a case of kicking it aimlessly up into the sky, so the wind, as you say, won't win this game. We're just looking out. There was one other thing I wanted to mention is the benches for both sides, Alan, and I see a change on the Athlone side here. I see John Connellan has been introduced here for the second half.
Yeah, John Connellan's in. I don't know who he's on for. It looks like is it number 12 is gone.
It is Conor Rush, I think was
the man. Yeah, Conor Rush has gone off, and I see Kieran Gertie is on, and I think is it Tommy Ryan that's gone?
That's been replaced.
Looks like it might be Tommy Ryan that's after being replaced by Kieran Gertie.
Kieran Gertie gone into the inside line, but John Connellan looks like he's heading almost to the centre half forward position there, because he's been picked up there by Conor Slavin.
This lad's a good footballer now, Ray. He'll be able to just dictate the play from centre forward if he's given half a chance.
Ball is broken down there from the throw in there, and John Stapleton did very well, knocked it down into space, where picked up there by Ray Connellan, and Ray tries to drive a ball in now, but good anticipation there by Stephen Quinn, came out in front of his man, and Dennis Lennon has the ball. Looked like he was being fouled. He was at the referee, and they didn't take the advantage of it, and Tyrrellspass opted to play on, but the referee, when the play broke down, did the right thing, called the play back, and the free is awarded, and the free is for Dennis Lennon. Dennis goes inside, uses Nigel Hart coming forward. He gives it back to Val Siskis. Val got a point in the first half, gives it in. First chance for Kieran Gertie to get on the play. Kieran gives it inside to David Lennon, who feeds it across the far side to Dean McNicholas, and the opening score of the second half after 48 seconds comes to the Tyrrellspass men, and there's 1 point between the sides. And Alan, maybe we did see the difference in the wind there. Ray Connellan trying to tread a ball through but couldn't get the distance in it, and Tyrrellspass work it down the field well, and Dean McNicholas firing that one over the crossbar. Lovely score for Tyrrellspass there. Yeah,
it was well cut out by Stephen Quinn, but as I said, Tyrrellspass have an awful lot of lads that are well able to take a score, so they'll be any chance they get, these boys will have a pot.
John Connellan is on the play here, and he treads a beautiful ball in over the top. Here's a chance for Athlone. It's finished over the bar there, but certainly
super pass in over the top.
What
there
a ball from John Connellan. It was a fabulous ball inside. It was a great ball inside. We can't see who it was in there, but certainly great work there. He was held up well, but he managed to swing it.
I think it was good defending now. I think they were looking for a penalty, but I think it was good defending from Stephen Quinn, in fairness to him.
Yeah, Stephen O'Connor was the number 15 there that got on the end of it there. Certainly he swung a leg at it there and got it over the bar. The kick out this time again from Tyrrellspass. They go along with John Stapleton, reaches the highest, and he gives it on to John Connellan. John through the hands it goes, and Michael Byrne is charging forward now, comes inside, a couple of Tyrrellspass men around him, doesn't get fouled to the referee, and Tyrrellspass turn it over. Conor Slavin coming out again, referee calls it. The free was given there, and the foul committed on Conor Slavin. Conor takes it quickly off to Jamie Ganood, who launches it down. Ball is broken down back as far as Ger Egan. Ger heads up play, gives it into Kieran Gertie. Kieran has a little bit of space, has a look at the post. We're right behind it here, and that one is inside the upright there. A great reply there. Kieran Gertie, the man introduced there at half time, and Kieran got that one, just barely squeezed it inside the post, but that's all that matters. It's on the scoreboard. 1 between the sides again. 8 points for Athlone, 7 for Tyrrellspass, and certainly the second half starting with great life in it, and the kick out is coming there, but Ray Connellan felt he was being pushed and fouled off the ball there. Dennis Lennon then is charging forward with Dennis inside the 45 for Athlone, looking for a little bit of room, gives it off then to Nigel Hart. Nigel coming forward on the ground, holds the ball, gives it back, and the referee said he was being fouled, and the foul and the free for Tyrrellspass is right outside the D, and a chance for the first time in a long time, and there's going to be a chance for Tyrrellspass to tie the scores here. Opportunity now certainly for Jerry Egan. 4 points he got in the first half, and certainly with the wind on his back there, we'll expect this one to go over the bar. A chance for Jerry now to draw the size 11. Alan, one thing I often wonder about when referee, you've been playing a lot more recently than I have, but forwards have to work very hard for free, and sometimes the back gets the benefit of the doubt. What's your opinion on that one?
Yeah, maybe so. It's a situation where I think if the free is given for you, it's a good thing. But if it's given against you, you'll always be whinging and giving out. And it doesn't matter what side you're on, whether it's a defensive side or a forward side. It's oh my God! It's a rare occurrence. That
we put the commentator's curse on Jerry Egan that time, because the Athlone bench down here and the subs down in front were certainly shouting about something there, but I don't know whether to put Jerry off or not, but certainly not like the man to kick that one to the left, to the right and wide, and the kick out goes out, dropped out in the middle of the field and broken down there by Ray Connellan, and Val Siskis is on it, and Val gives it to Jerry Egan. Jerry looks up and gives the ball across into the centre where Dean McNicholas comes into a little bit of space. Dean has a runner over on the far side, comes central, gives it off then to Adam Flanagan. Adam does well, holds on to the ball, strong player, gives it back to Jerry Egan, recycles again. David Lynham treads one over this side of the field where Dennis Lennon is in a little bit of space there, being fronted up by Owen Maher, goes by Owen. Good tracking back there by Noel Mulligan, but the ball is with the other number 11 there, Adam Flanagan, and Adam there just had a little bit more time maybe than he thought and fired that one, but fires unfortunately across to the left of the uprights, and the ball has gone wide, and Darren Costello has been the busier goalkeeper in the second half. There's a couple of players down on our right hand side here, Adam, but a couple of opportunities missed by Tyrrellspass there in a couple in the a short period of time.
Yeah, and that was something that we were on about, being composed and everything like that. I thought that Tyrrellspass for him more, but Adam showed maybe quick rush of blood to the head, and he swung a boot. Had probably been more beneficial if he'd worked it back out and tried to bring the ball back into the middle of in some way, or but unfortunately for them it tailed out wide, and but Tyrrellspass after missing two reasonably good chances there, but Athlone are sort of Route 1 here now, trying to hit every kick out to Ray Connellan, and it's not working for them.
Yeah, they get the breaking ball this time, ball broken down into Noel Mulligan's hand, and Noel gets the foul, and he gives it on then to John Connellan. John steps inside Stephen Quinn, he holds the possession, looking for a bit of support there. He has support there from Noel Mulligan, gives it back to him, and Noel heads up straight away, goes across to the far side where the Athlone men in a little bit of space there is Tommy Egan, and through the hands it goes and over to the far side here and work it in, and the shot comes in, but the shot as Darren Quinn looks up, and the two umpires look at each other. They're not sure what's going on, but
don't think either umpire had a clue whether that was over the bar.
Well, I think we're happy enough that ball had gone to the right.
I think the linesman sort of had a good position on it over there. I think they had a quick look over and he waved it wide.
That's all right. 8 points for Athlone, 7 for Tyrrellspass. 6 minutes 20 seconds gone in this second half. The kick out goes long, broken down, a super catch over there by Dean McNicholas, almost on his knees, calls the mark, takes the free quickly, gives it inside. Foot race here, Jerry Egan is on to the breaking ball. Jer comes inside, has a look at the post, backs himself and fires it over the bar for the equalising score. First point for Jerry Egan from play. That's 5 now for the team captain, but certainly he was alert as that breaking ball came in, Alan, and finished it more with the way we expect a man of his calibre to do.
I think it was a very good layoff by David Glenn. He knew he wasn't going to catch it, seeing Jerry, and just flicked it off.
Kick out is a poor one here from the Athlone goalkeeper, and Val Siskis has it, and Tyrrellspass turning the screw a little bit here now, and Jerry Egan on the possession and just spins away and gives it back to Aaron O'Brien. Aaron looks up, fires the ball over the far side, asking a little bit of Dean McNicholas, pushing him out a little bit wider than he maybe hoped to. Dean gets the ball half blocked down there by the Athlone men, and the ball is on the ground. Was it touching the ground? No, said the referee, because Tyrrellspass men have the possession again. Dennis Lennon with it, coming across the Athlone 45 metre line, looks up, has a player coming off his right, but he still backs himself to hold, and then gives it off to David Lynham. David gives it on to Kieran Gerrity, and Kieran backs himself again, takes a shot. We're almost behind it here, but that one unfortunately for Kieran Kieran Geraghty drifted across the front of the post and wide there, and another opportunity there lost by the Tyrrellspass, but certainly they're turning the screw a little bit now, Alan.
Yeah, the difference there is getting the ball in quickly. He gave it to Dennis. Dennis added a bit of an injection of pace that he obviously has and created the opportunity to David Lynham, but unfortunately Kieran Geraghty, when he was laid off to him, just pulled the shot to the left and wide.
Kick out comes from the Athlone goalkeeper, put his own man in a little bit of pressure there, and Kieran Geraghty very alert to that. He wins the possession. Kieran is fouled, and the free now is going to be outside the 45 metre line. It's in Jerry Egan's hands. Referee just having a word there with James Finlas. It is the number 2 there. We'll see, is he going to go into the book. Referee, I think he does issue the yellow card to the Athlone number 2 there, but Jerry Egan is the man with the ball in his hand. The sides are level, 8 points apiece. It's 8.5 minutes gone in the second half, and Jerry's going to take this free. By the time he takes it, he'll probably be on the 45 if not inside. It comes forward, and with the right foot drives it in, but doesn't get the curl that Jerry was hoping for, and that beats everyone out over the end line. And
bit ambitious now, in fairness, from that distance, and the wind is cutting across, not really helping the outside of the right.
Damien Costello with the kick out. Damien goes back to what was tried and trusted in the first half, the short kick out to get the possession, and Shane Reid feeding back from the wing half forward position just to help his teammate over on the far side of the field, and the ball then given in centre to where Shane Allen has it, with Shane is heading over to the terrace side of the field again, and he fists the pass over there at Athlone, holding possession. Tom Egan driving forward there down along the line, has a teammate inside, decides not to use him, but fires an aimless ball across the centre there, and Conor Slevin intercepts, and Conor does very well. He steps forward and coming forward with the ball now. Or the Tyrrellspass man driving forward here. Nigel Hart looks up, looking for a runner. The runner is David Lennon. David finds David Lynham. Lovely ball through them. David looking for somebody to come and take the ball from him. That man is Jerry Egan. Jerry going centre, fists the ball back as far as Adam Flanagan. Adam again holds the possession, goes across the far side. Dean McNicholas in a little bit of space, plays a dummy and backs himself with the shot. It's dropping in. It's a lovely score there from the number 12. 2 points in the second half for Dean McNicholas. That was a fabulous score from distance there, Alan Mangan.
Yeah, very similar to Ray Kennellan's one. The first half took a little dummy, able to compose himself there for a second, and a super strike.
Kick out again, goes short there from Athlone, and Michael Byrne gets the ball and it's back into Owen Maher, and Owen right in front of the D, caught in 2 minds there for a second, but he holds the possession, goes over the far side, gives the ball inside there to Tom Egan, and Tom fisted ball on to John Kennellan, and through the hands it goes, and John Stapleton is the man on it now. John straightens the line, comes forward, was being fouled, the referee allows him the advantage, gives a nice ball inside to John Kennellan. John spins over to the far side, a high tackle on him, not called by the free for the free, so the referee gives it back here to the big full forward there, that's Danny Reid, the man that finishes over the man. Danny Reid's a quality forward, Alan Mangan. That's 3 great scores he's got.
Yeah, good score. It came late onto the ball, broke through, just broke the line, and a great shot off. Real 70s, he shot off the lace and straight over the bar.
Yeah, beautiful score there, and certainly a score that they need. Sides level now, 9 points apiece. 11 minutes gone in the second half. Ball is kicked out and broken down there from the Tyrrellspass man there is Dean McNicholas. Dean is on the ground, a heavy fall more than anything, but Aaron O'Brien picks up the ball, and Aaron finds a lovely ball into David Lennon, a lot of space. David takes on his man. Jerry Egan is coming out to support him. Jer on the loop around, backs himself, takes a shot, look at the post, takes the kick. Oh, and that's a bad miss there. A bad miss, Alan Mangan. You certainly wouldn't expect Jerry Egan to take a chance.
Did exactly what we were on about, got the ball off David Glenn on the loop, and it's rare that you see things like that happening when it comes to Jerry Egan.
Yeah, certainly so. Clock says 11 minutes and 30 seconds gone in this second half. Ray Kennellan hasn't been in the play much in the second half. He gets the kick out and gives it on to Michael Byrne. Michael carries it right down in front of the stand here, being fronted up by Stephen Quinn, spins away from the tackle. He's still on the ball, but Stephen is back to tackle him. So is Conor Slevin. Do very well, do the two Tyrrellspass backs, but Athlone hold the possession. The ball is given to John Kennellan. John drops the ball in, and the full forward was trying to break that ball down. It was a kind of a shot to nothing there, but the Tyrrellspass men are alert to the break, and they have it again, and Val Siskas is back there, and Val does very well, gets a fisted pass out to Adam Flanagan, and Tyrrellspass are on the break now. This game really going end to end at this stage, but Nigel Hart it was that was being fouled, but has Conor Slevin coming off the shoulder, finds a lovely ball into David Lennon. David on the loop comes Kieran Geraghty, on the loop again comes Jerry Egan. Jerry being forced away from the goals, gives the ball back to Dean McNicholas. Dean thought about having the shot again, dummy to take the shot. He's on the ground there, but dispossessed then. Great work there by Shane Reid, the number 10 there, and good tackling back there by the Athlone men, and the ball is given inside. The full forward Danny Reid is on it, has a spare man inside. As he uses him, he can't see him. I think it's John Kennellan that's in all the space. The ball is blocked down there. It was a great opportunity if that had gone in quickly, but the ball comes back out as far as Stephen O'Connor, and Stephen taps it over the bar. But Alan Mangan, Danny Reid there got kind of tied up on himself there and couldn't get his head up to see that John Kennellan was in loads of space on the right hand side there, and certainly in a goal scoring position if the ball had been given to him.
Yeah, he got very lucky. The ball knocked back out, and Stephen O'Connor got a great score, but there was a goal chance. Only two men, one man either side, and they were lucky to get a score over. But anyway, they were back in front.
10 points to 9, and Tyrrellspass coming forward with it again. And Nigel Hart this time firing the ball in front of Kieran Geraghty. Kieran does very well. A heavy hit on him there as he came out and won the ball, and I think it's either going to be a free. It was a mark anyway. It was a great take there by the substitute that's come on there, Kieran Geraghty. He's got a point already. He's going to back himself to take this one as well, and a chance to tie the scores up as we come towards the end of the third quarter. And Kieran Geraghty makes no mistake, and certainly a sub that has made an impact. And we can see that Brian Slevin is the latest man to be introduced from the Tyrrellspass side of the field. We'll see who's going off in a second. It looks as the number 5 is it Val Siskis is the man that's coming off. Val got that point in the first half, yes, has put in a good shift for his side there. Brian Slevin, player back after a lot of long-term injuries, and he's back now playing at wing half back. And down below us it looks like there's a sub coming on for Athlone, that's Sam Omakura, but we'll watch it. The ball is kicked out, and Ray Kennellan trying to get his body in position to get that, but Tyrrellspass do well and they break it down, and Dennis Lennon is coming charging down the middle, gives the ball into his brother David. This time turns, has a look at the post himself and fires it over the bar. That's a lovely score there, all made in Guildford Tyrrellspass by the Glennon brothers. A lovely score there, Alan Mangan. Dennis fired it in quickly. This time David didn't look for anyone on the loop, backed himself over the bar. Tyrrellspass passed back into the lead.
Great ball in from Dennis. Looked up and seen David, rather than hitting a silly kick pass, tried his best to just hand pass in over the top. And I think David Glenn has really come into it in the second half. He's winning an amount of ball out in front of his man and laying off a few scores, so it's all to play for here now. Tyrrellspass got 1 point up.
Tyrrellspass 1 point up, but from the kick out there from Athlone, we had a little bit of play there, sloppy from Athlone there. There was a chance of a score for Tyrrellspass, but this time from the clearance, Athlone are breaking over on the far side of the field. The fullback Tom Egan is on a lot of ball over there, and he gives it back as far as Stephen O'Connor. Stephen comes central, gives it to John Stapleton. John has time to turn and have a look at his options, gives the ball in over the top where there's good work inside, but it was Stephen O'Connor was trying to tread a ball through there to Richie Green, but doesn't go to hand, and then Tyrrellspass turn it over there, breaking at pace as well, but Dean McNicholas just holds the possession because he's seen not only a lot of yellow jerseys in front of him, but Tyrrellspass beat the press, and Brian Slevin is on the ball here in a lot of space as he heads towards the 45 metre line, comes inside. David Lennon on the ball, has runners coming through. That man coming on is Adam Flanagan. Adam has a look at the post, and Adam splits the uprights there. A lovely score there from the big number 11 there. Great score. Another young player for Tyrrellspass came on to that ball, but again, as you said, Alan, certainly David Lennon is having a big impact in this as we come to the water break at the end of the third quarter, and certainly Tyrrellspass in the lead by 2 points, certainly the biggest lead they've had in a long time in this game.
Yeah, David Glennon again laid the ball off for a great score from Adam, but it's all about the ball going in, and there's very good ball going into the Tyrrellspass forwards, and they're winning and laying off, and any amount of numbers coming off the shoulder, so it's going to be maybe the water break, as we said in the first half, went against Athlone. I think maybe this time it's going to work in their advantage.
We're looking at Lee McHale down there, beseeching these players. He's looking for them. They're at this stage of the championship. There's 15 minutes, very little now to go in this year's championship. Athlone, the defeated team here, whoever it is, Athlone or Tyrrellspass, are going to have a long winter time and long breaks. But certainly the winners of this, it'll be looking forward to a fortnight's time. And big man from Mayo on, and he's a very experienced coach, and he certainly will be looking to get the last drop out of this team for this last 15 minutes.
Yeah, if there's anyone that can motivate him, it's Liam, so he's going to try and get the best out of his troops, and he needs to get him for the next 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, and McDonald back down our left hand side for Tyrrellspass. He'll be doing the very same thing. They're the second team to break. We can see Sam Omakura has come back on and also I see the number 17 is Kieran Coltlock. He's come on over on the far side. I don't know who's gone off yet. I think it's Damien Kelly is one of the players that's gone off anyway.
And Richie Green,
the other man that's been replaced. But we'll watch as the kick out is going to come from the Athlone side of the field. And in the last couple of minutes, Darren Costello has struggled on with his kicks, only when he goes short. But a couple of times he's been intercepted there as well, and could have been worse. But Tyrrellspass really putting the squeeze on the Athlone men at this stage, and the kick out again is short, and again putting his man in pressure there, under pressure over there, but they managed to hold on to it there. And Matthew Darling, I think, has also been introduced over there, number 21. But we'll watch as the player breaks over on the far side of the field. Athlone have it very close to the sideline, have to work their way back with coming forward through the hands of goal. John Stapleton is the man that's on it. Again gives a return pass onto the wing half back there. That's Michael Byrne. Michael gives it on now to Ray Cannell, and Ray has a look around with the right foot, looking for Sam O'Cora inside. Ball on the ground, they're broken away from Sam, and as Sam went down the ball, was there a foul? No, was it the referee? And Tyrrellspass up there in numbers, and they have the ball turned over, and lovely kick out over 45 yards, and Adam Flanagan was in a lot of spin. No, that was Jerry Egan, and Jerry gives it on to Brian Slevin, who fires a lovely ball in front of David Lennon. But good work there by the corner back there. I think it was James Finless. He did well because he was behind David Lennon, but he got a hand on it, just got the ball away from David, and the ball is now over on the far side of the field where Kieran Collock has it. Kieran turns around, gives it back inside. Athlone trying to build. They're 2 points behind. John Stapleton has the ball. John gives it inside. Danny Reid, the full forward, fisted ball into a lot of space over there on the far side of the field, and the shot comes in. It's a high one that's coming across the front of the goals. It's a dangerous ball. It's on the ground. Couple of players tussling for it, but the referee is right in there and says there's a foul on the Tyrrellspass man, and the free out is given and is taken quickly, and it's down towards Aaron O'Brien. But that one, Aaron seemed to lose that one in the wind and the sun as it came down over him, and Athlone have the possession again. John Cannellan gives it inside where Matthew Darling is coming forward, holding on to it. John Cannellan, he has it now, throws it dummy, comes onto his left foot, tries to get a ball inside to Ray Cannellan in a little bit of space. Ray takes the shot and it's over the bar. I think Ray Cannellan,
you went for a goal there, Ray.
I think he had more than one
far over the bar.
Certainly was such power there from the big midfielder on the left foot there. Certainly I think he was looking for Darren Quinn's top corner, but over the bar, gets the point, one between them. 12 points to Tyrrellspass at 11 for Athlone. Dean McNicholas has been a great outlet for Tyrrellspass over there on the far side. Got that and got the mark, and coming forward again is Nigel Hard. Nigel getting the advantage, still dragging it forward. Couple of men holding out from there, and referee eventually brings it back there and says it's going to be a free, and a free for Tyrrellspass, and a chance of a reply straight away from that Athlone score. And I expect it will be Jerry Egan that will be coming out to kick this one out, and it's inside the 45 metre line.
Yeah, it's one of those frees, Ray, where it could be a 2 point lead with 7 or 8 minutes to go or 9 minutes to go. Could be exactly what Tyrrellspass needs, so it's an important free.
Gerard's just on the ground tying the boot there. Kieran Geraghty just kipping the ball across to where the free is going to be taken from. Certainly every one of these opportunities are crucial. Less than 10 minutes to go on the clock according to, over on the scoreboard over on the far side of the field here, and Jerry Egan ready to take this kick. Remember, the wind on his back, not fully directly behind his back, but it's a great opportunity of a score for Gerrard to come forward now with the right foot, kicks it and curls it in, and the goalkeeper was the signal that was over the bar, because he was gone for the tee. Allen, he knew that was over the middle of the crossbar. Great score there for Jerry Egan again.
Yeah, very good score, and it's one that maybe Tyrrellspass needed. They haven't had a 2 point lead yet, and that's one to push them out to 2.
Yeah, certainly so. And the kick out there, we can see the wind and the effect it has, and that ball hanging right in it. But it's the Tyrrellspass men that in this crucial stage of the game, they're getting on the breaking ball there, and Dennis Lennon has it. Dennis showing all his experience, trying to be closed down, but he holds the possession, gives it to David Lynham, he gives it on to Brian Slevin, and Brian back central, it goes to Dennis Lennon. Dennis gives the ball over to the far side where Nigel Hart is in a lot of space and has a man over on the far side. That man is Dean McNicholas. Dean dummies to come back onto his right foot, backs himself with a huge kick. It's a colossal kick, they're all looking at it, and absolutely fabulous kick from the number 12 there, Dean McNicholas. That's his 3rd point, and it's now a 3 point lead, and I know for a fact that Tyrrellspass haven't had a 3 point lead before in this game. 22 minutes gone on the clock.
No, super score there from Dean McNicholas, and he might have been a little bit quiet in the first half, but he's really come into it, and he's one of the players coming to the fore in the second half, isn't he?
He's been very much to the fore. He's been a great outlet for kick-outs for Darren Quinn with the wind on his back there, isolating him over there. He's winning. He's a big man, but Athlone have won this kick-out, and they're coming down the far side of the field. A hefty tackle there on a couple of players there, but they hold the possession, and Tyrrellspass man jumping on the back there of one of the Athlone men, but the referee I think had blown the whistle because there's two Athlone men on the ground there.
I think he sort of missold it coming up towards Dean McNicholas, and when he got a chance to hit him, and he's a big man, and he met him strong, and I think Tom is after coming out the worst of it.
Yeah, absolutely. The man, and Tom Egan is the full back there. He's on the ground, but John Kennellan is the man over there with the ball in his hand. And certainly we're getting to a stage, Alan, where I suppose we have to talk about it, but it's getting to a stage where Athlone are going to need a goal to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, it's going
against that breeze.
It looks like it's very hard to see them winning without at least getting one goal, you know.
Absolutely. John Kennellan has the ball in his hand over there. He's going to take it. This free is about 40 metres out from the Tyrrellspass goal, but I'm sure he will be trying to work it in short. Again, looking for somebody to go short, and then he uses Noel Mulligan. Noel comes back out and gives the ball then into Ray Kennellan, and Ray spins away from a couple of Tyrrellspass players. Thought about taking the score, but again can't get much space. This time it's dropping in, and it's a dangerous ball dropping in around the square, but Tyrrellspass had the couple of men in there around Sam Amakura, and they managed to break the ball out away from the big man inside of the square there, and the foul committed and the free for Tyrrellspass, and it's another sub just coming in on the Tyrrellspass team here. 21 is called on, I think, is the man that's being introduced here for Tyrrellspass there. I can't see who's gone off yet, but we'll watch the play here as Tyrrellspass take the free and they're working out. And in fact, the referee is still not happy because it looks like they're waiting for a player to be replaced. It's Adam Flanagan is the man that hadn't left the field there. Linesman right on the play to make sure that the man was taken off before the play could resume, and Tyrrellspass have taken the free and is back with Jamie Ganood back inside their own 20 metre line, and a little bit risky in there, but through the hands it goes, and then Dennis is there with it. Experienced player that he is, and takes the ball away from danger, heads over to the far side of the field. He's now gone well over 45 metres out from his own goals, gives the ball inside, and the ball is fisted on, and the sub has it there again, and he gives it on straight away to Jerry Egan. Jerry slowing the game down. He's right out inside his own 65, looks up and sees that Aaron O'Brien is in a lot of space over there on the far side of the field. Aaron holds the ball, gives it inside again to Jerry Egan again. Tyrrellspass, very experienced side, just holding the possession, ball given inside, and a heavy tackle on Brian Slab, but Brian does well to hold the possession, and then Jamie Ganood comes onto it, high tackle, and Jamie knows that the free is going to be given, and he just stands and waits, and it looks like the big number 22 for Athlone, Sam Amakora, is going to go into the referee's notebook, but the free is right out in the middle of the field. Jerry Egan has it already, he's going to take it. David Lynham pointing at him to tell him to go along with it, but he looks for Kieran Garrity over there on the far side. Kieran shown well since he was introduced in the half time on the 45, gives a lovely ball across to Dean McNicholas. Dean with a yard of space, backs himself, takes a shot, it's dropping in on the breeze, but this time unfortunately for Dean didn't get it on target, but certainly good work there. The subs that have been introduced by Tyrrellspass, Kieran Garrity in particular, Alan, has been very much to the fore, 2 points to his name as well.
I think here what's really coming to the fore here is the more experienced players to Tyrrellspass are really dragging them through the last 15-20 minutes, and they're doing the right thing with the ball all the time, and they're moving up the field at pace, and you can see the likes of Dennis and Jamie Ganood coming out with defence to just inject that pace, and they're able to break the line and then to get a little bit more comfortable over around the middle of the field. John
Kennellan is on the ball for Athlone as he comes in, tries to tread it through. It looks like Ray Kennellan has gone into the inside line. In fact, that's the number 15 in there. That's Stephen O'Connor. Stephen had a chance, maybe don't know whether he was going for the goal or not, but he hadn't been fouled, and it's an opportunity for Athlone just to close that gap a little piece here. There's another sub being introduced here, that's Diarmuid Martin, the number 20 that's been introduced, but there's a free for the Athlone men. It's down at the other end of the field from where the substitute is, but we'll watch as John Kennellan has the ball in his hand. Should be content to take the point. 26 minutes 45 seconds gone in the second half. Comes forward John with the right foot, fires it over the bar. Lovely score for John Kennellan. That lone substitute there that has come on there It's the number 21, Matthew Darling, who has been replaced. Matthew had been introduced, but it looks like it's a hamstring injury for him, and he's replaced there by the number 20 there, Dermot Martin. But we're watching down on our left hand side. Is this kick out? It's going to
Very surprised that this changed now, because David Glennon was causing them untold hardship in the full forward line. The ref's taking him off here now.
Another sub here for the Tyrrellspass side. We'll see who's coming on in a second. As David Glennon has been replaced. One inside. Is it Evan Connell, the number 20, has been gone in there, and the kick out comes, and Athlone men turn it over and they're ready to come forward again. Noel Mulligan has the ball on his own 65 metre line, has Ray Cannellan on his shoulder. Ray holds the ball, gives it off to his brother John in his anxiety runs into his brother, and then he spins around and gives him back the ball, and the ball is fired over to the far side where there's an Athlone man in a lot of space. Direction of the attack changed there by Ray Cannellan. There's a 2-to-1 overlap over there on the far side of the field. Athlone need to get a score out of this. Every opportunity to get has to be taken. Score has to be kicked by the right man. Tom Egan has come forward. He's the full back, but he gives it inside there, and great interception there by the Tyrrellspass man. I think it's Connor Slavin. A great interception by Slavin inside there. Fouled on the free there for the Tyrrellspass.
Just the last pass, Ray was just a little bit too far ahead of the man coming in, and well read by Connor Slavin, and got a possession of the ball and was fouled.
Valuable free there for Tyrrellspass, and Brian Slavin now is on the ball here, and he gives it down the side to the sub that's just been introduced. That's Evan Connell, the number 20. Evan, hold on, has two yellow jerseys around him, does very well, holds the possession, gives the ball inside, doesn't go to hand first time, but there's a chance here for Nigel Hart, who got onto the breaking ball, and Nigel with the shot and with the score fires it over the bar there. And a lovely score there from the big number 6, Alan. Maybe got a little bit lucky on the breaking ball, but a great score.
Yeah, he didn't need a second opportunity to have a go anyway. Sure didn't.
Absolutely did
great
not.
Score.
Great score there for the Tyrrellspass men. Athlone going short with the kick out, and they're building over on the far side of the field. Certainly at this stage, Athlone in dire need of a goal. The ball is over on the far side of the field. John Cannellan has it. John looks up, fires the ball inside into space. Ball done one well there by Stephen O'Connor, but Stephen not getting it on the first attempt, and ball recycling, and it's back out there by Kieran Courtlough, and Kieran, referee said there was holding right in front of the goals there, and it's going to be a free, and a free for Athlone, and they need to get this one over the bar. The clock says, what does the clock over there say? 29 minutes 41 seconds gone. There's a man injured down there. I think it's John Cannellan, the man that's down there. He fired the ball in, but don't know what happened to him, but he's on the ground there, and he has been the free taker. But Ray has the ball in his hand here. John Cannellan, a young man that has been plagued by hamstring injuries, Alan, and stuff all through his career. I don't know what happened again. Was it something like that again, or did you see what happened?
Don't know what happened there, Ray, but he's there was obviously some reason he's definitely not going to continue this game. It looks like either a hamstring injury or a calf injury, but there was obviously a reason why he didn't start the game, because he'd be one of the Athlone's top forwards, and he's gone off there now, and he's going to be a loss for the last couple of minutes.
Certainly is, limping off over on the far side of the field. But we'll now turn our attention to Ray Cannellan with the ball in his hand, and the opportunity of the score, and he kicks it high and kicks it over the bar. Lovely score from Ray, his third point of the game. 15 points to 13, Tyrrellspass lead. The clock said we're 35 seconds over the allocated 30 minutes, but we will have a couple of minutes at least of additional time.
Yeah, Athlone pushing up now. There's nothing going to be coming in short.
David Lynham is here in a bit of space. He's making himself available, and ball is kicked out here, and Ray Cannellan reaches up and breaks the ball down and turns it over, and Sam Amakura has it. Sam looking for Ray to take the ball from him. Ray on the loop around, kicks it inside, but unfortunately a bad miss there from a man of Ray Cannellan's experience, Alan. That ball needed to be worked more central before the shot came in. Certainly every one of these possessions is time off the clock as well. Darren Quinn won't be in any hurry, we can't blame him. 1 minute 15 seconds of the additional 30 minutes played here, and Darren with the kick out over the far side of the field it goes, broken down well there by the Athlone James Finless, but the ball broken down, and from the break is the Tyrrellspass man to get the free, and they will certainly slow this one right down. As we look down on it, there's only two players inside the 45 metre line along with the goalkeeper for Athlone, so Tyrrellspass have been filtered back there. We don't know what additional time is going to be played, but we're 1 minute and 45 seconds into the additional time. This is going to be a free for Tyrrellspass. There has been a couple of injuries. There should be additional time added on, but the free is going to be for Tyrrellspass back inside their own 65 metre line, and Referee is telling them to get on with Dean McNicholas, the man from Tyrrellspass, and down with Jerry Egan. Takes the free, and good showing there by the corner forward there. That's the man, Evan Connell, that had come out there, and he did well. Took the ball from Jerry Egan, and Jerry gives it back to Connor Slavin, and Connor back into Jamie Ganood, and Jamie goes central, thought about going across the front of his goals, and then great heads up play, and sees that Cathal Dunn is in a lot of space, gives it off to Kieran Garrity. The chance to really seal it here for Kieran Garrity, and Kieran, great heads up play from the substitute there, taps that one over the bar, and probably Alan Maggot, that is going to be the crucial score.
Yeah, it looks like that's the sealing score, alright. It's well worked down the field. They went back, looked like they were going to keep possession, and a great little side step from Jamie Ganood to open up the space, and Cathal Dunn was left on his own. He laid it off to Kieran, and I think that's 3 points for Kieran Garrity as well in the second half.
Great return from the man who was introduced as a sub here at half time, but the ball is out in the middle of the field with Ray Canellan. Ray fouled as he was just about to hand fist the ball away. The referee telling him to bring it forward here a little bit. Free for Athlone.
It's going to be Route 1,
it has to be Route 1 at this stage. There's a lot of bodies in around the goals. Ray is going to kick this with the left foot, drifted it in. It's a dangerous ball off the hand of the Tyrrellspass man, but they're on the break again. Jamie Ganood, and Jamie has gone 30 metres out from the goals. He's after taking 2 return passes and gives it off then to Dennis. Great play. Dennis then just heads up, slows it right down, gives it on to Kieran Garrity. Kieran being told to take his time, has Brian Slavin in space here. Brian just steps back inside the tackle. All eyes are on the referee. Brian Slavin working his way back towards the goals, gives it back to Carl Daly. Kieran Garrity on it again. Kieran heads across the field, has support over there. Aaron O'Brien is in support. Aaron being told to give it out to the man in place over on the far side of the field. All this time the clock is running down. The clock is in Tyrrellspass's favour, and they hold the possession. They also hold the lead, and the ball is kicked across the front of the goal. The referee Keith O'Brien, all eyes are on him. He's after looking at his watch twice. I'm watching him, and then he says that is the last action of this semi-final, and a great victory for the men from Tyrrellspass on a final scoreline of 16 points to Tyrrellspass, 13 points for Athlone. And Alan, a great win for Tyrrellspass again. Great experience shown again. Young players being introduced, and they're back in the county final.
Yeah, the last play there epitomised what Tyrrellspass is all about. A high ball in from Athlone into the square. Dennis broke it down to Jamie off to Dennis again. The two of them broke out at pace. It's the experienced players, likes of them two lads, and Jerry Egan and David Glennon and Dean McNicholas, that really pulled them through today. And likes of Connor Slavin there at centre half back, and Nigel Hart wearing number 6 but playing at wing back. They have a very good solid outfit all around the field, and very experienced. A lot of these lads have played in 3, maybe 4 county finals, and unfortunately a lot of them don't have any county titles, and they probably deserve one over the last number of years, but it just has eluded them. But they've been obviously the experience pulled them through there today. But Athlone lads will learn a lot from that. They've had an awful lot of young lads playing there today, and they probably surprised people by getting to the semi-final. But listen, they're a good young outfit, and I'm sure they won't be too far away over the next number of years.
Absolutely so. But Tyrrellspass's day it is today, and one man I think that had a huge impact on the second half, as we were looking at a couple of the scores coming in, with probably 2 players for me. One was Kieran Garrity, the number 18, who was introduced as a sub at half time, and I thought Dean McNicholas put in a fabulous second 30 minutes for his side as well. Kicked 3 points also in that second half.
Yeah, the two lads had scored 3 points apiece in the second half, and Dean, by his own standards, was very quiet in the first half, but he was absolutely outstanding in the second half. And how, I know Thomas Ryan went off at half time, but it's very difficult to play against that wind and then taking off at half time and not getting the ball in that Kieran was getting in. But Kieran took the most of his opportunity, and scored 3 points from play, one from a mark, and 2 points from play and 1 from a mark. But it was a super second half from Tyrrellspass, and they were well worth their victory.
Yeah, absolutely. And Danny Reid on the other side for Athlone, he got 3 points as well. But there was a crucial one there. We just seen it there now, where there was a chance where he couldn't get the ball into John Canellan, and it was sad to see John Canellan going off injured at the very end of the game. But Athlone were right there with it. And, they, like you said, Alan, they have a young team, but they stuck manfully to their game, and they were right in it right to the very end. Even that dropping ball that came in, all it takes is somebody's fist to get on it, and it's in the back of the net, and they're right in it. But they'll be disappointed here today, but they'll go away, and they probably weren't expected at the start of the year to get to this stage of the championship, so it's a positive for them. But as we say, Alan, it's all about that Tyrrellspass here today. They're back in the county final. I know you were involved with them for 2 other previous attempts they went at winning this championship, but they're back in the county final, and like you said, they'll take beating when they are there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like, if you look at this outfit, they've played in 3 county finals, nearly majority of them played in 3 county finals, and unfortunately it has eluded them. But I think the only ones on the panel that actually have medals is probably David Dennis and Darren Quinn. Everyone else, that medal unfortunately has eluded them, and a bunch of players hasn't earned the right. You have to earn the right to win a championship, but these boys have definitely put in the effort. I know from being with them for 3 years that they do work as hard as any other team has worked, and they really probably deserve one. But sure, listen, no one's going to hand you a title here, Ray. Unfortunately, there'll be a lot of titles handed out if you're going to get just handed them, and but these lads will put in the effort over the next few weeks. But it's going to be whoever wins the next semi-final. It's not going to be easy for them to get the better of whoever wins the next semi-final. But listen, they're there. There's 3 teams left in the championship, and Tyrrellspass are one of them, and that's where they wanted to be this evening.
Absolutely, they're the first team in this year's county final, and the last of the highlights we looked at there was Kieran Gertie finishing over that clinching score. But certainly they'll be happy with their day's work. 16 points, did well, turned around with the win in the second half, and they emerged victorious, and they're through to this year's county final. And we'll finish up from TEG Cusick Park here for a short while, because that's the end of the first half of our coverage today here, the first semi-final here, and victory for the men from Tyrrellspass on a final scoreline of 16 points to Athlone's 13. And I'm Ray Gavin. I was joined today by Alan Mangan on co-commentary for ERV TV, and it's goodbye from TEG Cusick Park for now.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Cusick Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, hey, hey. You don't know what it's like, baby, you don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.